Aquarius, welcome to Carol's Universe Tarot Readings, Tarotings from the Heart. So we're going to do your week ahead reading, the 5th to the 11th of August 2019, and for this reading it's your weekly check-in. So for the current self and theme of the week, we use the After Tarot by Pietro Aligo, okay, and Corinne Kenner. Brilliant deck. Key goal, obstacle to overcome for the week and major accomplishment. We use the Tower of Dreams by Ciro Marchetti. What to avoid, obstacle to overcome and major accomplishment for the week, Ciro Marchetti's Tower of Dreams. What to avoid for the week, what to embrace for the week, and where you can find support if you need it. We use the Everyday Enchantment Tarot by Poppy Palin. And the spiritual advice comes from the Answer is Simple deck by Sonia Choquette, okay? Your second reading, which is your 15 card reading, are the general energies, love, work, finance. We use the Tarot in Wonderland by Barbara Moore. And spiritual advice comes from the Angel Answers, Doreen Virtue, Radley Valentine, and the Romance Angels by Doreen Virtue, okay? Let's get started. Quick shuffle. Okay, Aquarius, here we go. Let's have a look at who you guys are. And remember, the After Tarot shows what happens 1 minute after that initial picture is taken on your normal Rider-Waite deck, your usual Rider-Waite deck. So you've really got to look closely at those pictures and what they're trying to tell you on this deck. So you this week, my darlings, are... Oh, is that right? Okay, you're the Nine of Wands reverse. Is that Nine of... I mean, if you look at this card, the Nine of Wands in the upright, 1 minute after, can you see? This is the person that he's afraid of. But it's showing as a reversal. I don't actually use reversals usually in this deck, but it's clearly showing as, so I have to look at it as a reversal, I'm afraid. You would normally, let's look at the upright one first. So you would normally be this geezer here, right, Aquarius? And you've got the bandana on, you've been hurt, you know, you've been through your battles and your wars. And finally, a moment after the normal Rider-Waite, when we see this guy standing and he's guarding his territory and he's being very cautious and very careful and he's on his guard, suddenly we see somebody else come into the frame here. And you're very wary of this person because this person's joining you. But you're looking at this person as if to say, well, what are you doing here? This is my territory. So there's somebody, a moment after the person that you were looking over at now has come to try and take your territory. But it's reversed. And usually the Nine of Wands reversed means that you are no longer guarding your territory. It's almost like giving up. But on this particular version, we've got to think about this now, because this in the upright, if this had been upright, you'd have been kind of guarding your territory against a particular person. But I guess reversed, you're no longer protecting your territory, Aquarius, from an individual. That's why I'm going to read it, because in the upright, if this had shown like this, I'd have said that this week you are protecting your territory against whoever this person. So we can finally see who it is you've been kind of looking across at. Like, oh, what are you doing here? Why are you here? And this person's like, huh? You know? But in the reverse, you're like, okay, well, I'm not going to protect myself from you any longer. I'm not going to protect my territory from you. Because I think that what happened prior to this is some of you guys were trying to keep somebody out. Okay, you were trying to protect either your, you know, yourself, your emotions maybe, or maybe this was something to do with your, you know, your property or your environment or something like that. But you were trying to protect something. You were trying to keep somebody out. But I feel that right now, this week, you don't have the strength, or you don't have the patience to keep this person away. That's what I feel with this Nine of Wands in the reverse. Let's have a look at what the theme of the week is. The Page of Wands. This is somebody who got bored. A moment after this, the Page of Wands, because usually he goes skipping and hopping along, doesn't he, on the normal Rider-Waite deck. But a moment afterwards, he just walked, because you see the woman behind him. I think this was you, Aquarius. I think somebody left. I think that somebody left. And sometimes the Nine of Wands in the upright is waiting. So you might be waiting for someone to come back with a Nine of Wands. But I don't get the impression... you know, it's interesting. It's a tricky one, because this card, it reminds me of so many things. It's almost like when I look at this guy, he's questioning someone here. But it doesn't look like you're questioning anyone when this is in the upright. It looks like you're just looking across at this person and you're like, well, what are you doing here? What do you want? You know, it looks like you don't trust this individual. And Nine of Wands can deal with the themes of lacking trust in people because you're so kind of guarded. You've got your guard up with the Nine of Wands energy. But I get the impression here that you are taking your guard down with that because you're not waiting around for them. They're already here. So I get the impression this week you're taking your guard down to an individual here, Aquarius. And the theme of the week is this is somebody who walked away from you. This Page of Wands. This is somebody who came in for a quick fling. They came in for a bit of fun. And then they got what they wanted and they fucked off. Because there you are at the back going, where are you going? He's like, oh, God, I'm bored now. Get lost. That's what he's kind of saying. But you lot are kind of like, well, you know, this week it's a case of, you know, you're probably no longer angry with this person. That's probably why you're taking down your guard. That's probably why you're no longer in such a kind of high alert situation here where you feel the need to protect yourself or guard yourself because somebody walked away from you. I get the impression that you're taking down a guard. I get the impression when I look at these, the thing that I feel most of all here, Aquarius, is the word forgiveness, to be perfectly honest with you, because I think somebody did walk away from you with this Page of Wands walking around saying, yeah, I've had my fun and I'm going now, and that's you in the background. What's your goal for the week? Yeah, to get yourself out of the cage. Now on this Devil, can you see that? Can you see that the cage is open on this particular one? Your goal is this, to release yourself from the cage, because I think that some of you guys were holding on with this Devil energy. I think that you were very much, I think that you were enslaved, okay? You were enslaved to the hurt and the hardship of the situation. Somebody hurt you here, they walked away for some of you Aquarians. And you were in the background there. Where are you going? And he's like, oh, get lost. Fucking hell, man. I'm going. I'm bored. You know? And I think it hurt you greatly. But what I'm seeing here is you're no longer kind of looking at this person in a sense of I need to protect myself against either you or people like you. It's a case this week, I think, Aquarius, where you're saying, you know what, I actually don't give a shit anymore. I've lost all of that angst. Because the Nine of Wands in the upright can also talk about angst. But I think that you guys have lost all of that angst here because your goal is just to get yourself out of the cage. Where you say, you know what, actually, my goal is to release myself from the chains of the Devil. And that Devil is that Page of Wands there who walked off. Okay, so your thought is, you know, my thought this week is to release myself from the chains of this Devil. Because he's not, and I think that the cage is open, Aquarius, because this person, it's your choice to still kind of attach yourself to that individual. Because even though this Devil shows here, he doesn't really have you on a chain, does he? He's got this on a chain. He's got the cage on a chain, but the door is open. So it's almost like the universe is saying, well, you can choose to stay under the control of this individual if you want, but the door is open. You can get out of it anytime you want. So your goal is actually, and I think there's an awakening here, which is why I'm seeing that there is a relinquishing of angst and anger and upset and a lot of kind of, angry and irritated energy that Nine of Wands energy in the upright exhibits the most of the time, Aquarius. And, you guys are showing us kind of cooling down on that now because you say, you know what, actually, the only person that keeps me enslaved is me. Because the guy or the girl doesn't have me on a chain. I have me on a chain. They might hold the chains to the actual, the actual cage, which I'm in, but the door is open, which means that they don't really have any direct control over me because I can go out of this door. So your goal is really just to relinquish yourself from this, because you know that this person doesn't enslave you. You know that you enslave yourself, but you're letting go of this here. What is the obstacle that you need to overcome though this week? The Three of Wands, waiting. And also the obstacle, the Three of Wands is all about looking to the future and waiting. And the obstacle is that sometimes you are waiting for this person to come back because they walked off. They had their way, they had their fun, and then they fucked off. And you need to overcome the obstacle, Aquarius, of waiting for your ships to come in with this individual. Because a part of the reason why you were still enslaved in there, and a part of the reason why you want to be able to kind of relinquish and just go out of that cage that you keep yourself in. This person doesn't keep you in it, you keep yourself in it, because the obstacle with you guys is you're still dreaming of this person coming for you. You're still dreaming of this person coming back. And in a way, you're still waiting, which is why you're still enslaved. But I feel that because you chose the Nine of Wands in the reverse, you're no longer also, the Nine of Wands in the upright is about standing at your post. It's another card of waiting. So in the reverse, we're no longer waiting. And because you're no longer waiting, because you're no longer actually, got your guard up against this person or people like that, because I think that you blamed you looked at a lot of people and said, I don't trust men, or I don't trust women, they're all bastards, or something like that. I think that you're letting go of all of that angst there, and you're sort of saying, well, my goal is just to come out of the cage, because I'm the only one that's enslaving myself. This person doesn't really have any, they've not got the chains on you, have they, Aquarius? They've got the chains on the cage. So you can, and the door is open, so you're free to go if you like, and you know that. And I feel that with this Three of Wands, the only obstacle you need to overcome is that sometimes you daydream about this person, sometimes you envisage a future with this person that you could have had, and sometimes with this Three of Wands energy, I get the impression that you wait for this person to call you or to come back. What are you accomplishing this week? The Four of Swords, peace, healing, respite, which is nice. So for the first time, you'll be able to sleep, some of you guys. I really see healing in this reading. I see a lot of healing coming in, because the Four of Swords is all about healing. After a time of torture and illness, we're seeing healing. It's like getting the best sleep in ages. So I'm really seeing here that you guys this week are accomplishing for the first time in ages a restful night. Some of you guys are, and you're achieving that healing that you needed. Some of you guys have just made peace with this situation. And I do feel that looking at you guys being the Nine of Wands in the reverse, and your goal being that devil to come out of the cage, that here is really nice. You're achieving a truce. Four of Swords is all about a truce, and just achieving inner peace and acceptance of the situation. I really, amidst 1, 2, 3, all of these wands, and the heat of that devil energy as well, what we're seeing is the cooling down of the Four of Swords, which is such a nice reading, Aquarius. I really love this reading a great deal. I love the process that it goes through. It's really good. It's a really nice reading. What do you want to avoid this week, though? Death. That's interesting. Because I don't know why you should avoid death, because death is good. In this case, because death is change. And closing the door. I don't know why you'd need to avoid death, because death is the change card, it's the closing the door, it's a new beginning. I'll probably clarify that, because I don't understand. Everything leads to this energy here, so I don't understand why it's telling me that, but we'll see in a moment. What do you need to embrace? Oh my God, they're showing so many different areas. Like, I would imagine that would have been there and that would have been here, but it's not. Let's see if we can do this. Three of Swords is not just about hurt. I think that you need to embrace your hurt, okay? Because, okay, here we go. This is good. This is very good, because you guys are showing there's the Nine of Wands in the reverse. Number one, you're not willing to just, stand by the post and wait any longer. Number two, this person can no longer harm you with that Nine of Wands in the reverse, and you are no longer putting up your guard against this person and others like that, because you simply don't care, apparently. But I don't think that's the case entirely, because we've got these cards here. The theme of the week really is somebody that walked away from you, the Page of Wands. They're not messaging you, they're not communicating with you, they got bored. It was a quick fling for them, probably, with the Page of Wands. They had their fun and then they left, and that's you in the background. Where are you going? Oh, piss off, I'm off. But there's no communication for some of you guys, and you got really hurt with that. But your goal for the week is to let yourself free, to let go, to relinquish the chains that this person had over you. They didn't know they had a chain over you, but you were letting them enslave you. But your goal is, no, that's it. I'm going out of the cage and I'm going to set myself free. You need to overcome the obstacle of waiting for this person to come in, or visualizing or dreaming about you guys having a future, that type of thing, because it's probably not going to happen. And what you're going to accomplish is peace, restfulness, and a truce, especially inwardly this week. Okay, so it's about acceptance. However, you need to embrace the Three of Swords. There is still hurt here. Okay, because some of you guys, there's certain parts that you are not admitting to. And I think this is a thing that you've internalized with this Three of Swords energy being here. So you need to embrace that there is still going to be some hurt in the future with that Three of Swords. There's still going to be hurt. I think that you're kind of, 80-85% over this thing, but there is still hurt ahead. For some of you guys, you might need to embrace that there's a third party involved in it. Maybe this person walked away because there was another individual with the Three of Swords. You need to avoid, though, death, which is tricky because it's about endings and new beginnings. And I would have thought that would be something that you had to embrace, but we'll see. That did go, though, flick out in my hand, so maybe it was a reversal, but it did look like an upright, so that's what I'd put it as. And I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to ask what it means by to avoid death. Okay, So let's have a look. We'll get these cards. Why does Aquarius, what do you mean Aquarius needs to avoid death in this situation? 1 to 2 cards. What do you mean by that in 1 to 2 cards? The Knight of Wands, which is, well, there's Page of Wands here, Knight of Wands. So Knight of Wands is movement, Aquarius. This could be this person with the Knight of Wands energy. The 4 of Swords, 5 of Swords. So 5 of Swords is all about getting hurt. Okay, Knight of Wands. So Knight of Wands is rushing. Knight of Wands is a person. Knight of Wands is sudden change. But this is almost like you need to avoid a person who's hurt you, or... But this wasn't reversed. That's the only thing. And I'm wondering if it was meant to be reversed. Because this is the person and the 5 of Swords is hurting. So this is the Knight of Wands who hurt you. And the Knight of Wands would be that Page of Wands before he walked away. The person that was interested. I'm wondering if that was meant to be a reversal. Because I remember when it came out, it looked like an upright. But it came out kind of sideways. So maybe that was, you know, a reversal. And it meant you need to avoid resurrecting something. Maybe this person's coming back in here. Potentially at some stage. And they could do. I think actually with that death card you need to avoid changing your point of view, because if you think about it, yeah, I get it, I see what he's saying. Look here, Aquarius, look how far you've come. You've cooled down with the 9 of Wands in the reverse. That's you. You're no longer got your guard up against this person because you don't give a fuck about them, basically, with that 9 of Wands. You're no longer kind of standing by your post with the 9 of Wands energy. You're just like, fuck this, can't be bothered with it, you know, I don't really hate this person anymore. In fact, I'm fairly kind of neutral about it in a way. Theme of the week really is this person that walked away from you and you were like, where are you going? And you're like, you know, there's no messages, no communication probably from an individual here. And some of you guys were really upset about it for a time. But with that 9 of Wands in the reverse, you cooled down. So that's good. Goal for the week, set yourself free, let yourself go from the chain that this person has you in. They don't know they've got you in a chain, but you know that you've got you in a chain, so you can go and come and go as you please. So you're saying that let me let go of all of this stuff, of this kind of negative energy, of the chain, of being enslaved to this person, of obsessing over this person, probably for some of you guys with that devil. But you need to overcome the obstacle that you can't stop thinking about them, and you're still in your heart of hearts probably waiting for them to come back with that 3 of Wands for some of you guys. You are accomplishing a truce and acceptance with the 4 of Swords energy and healing, especially mentally here. But I feel that you need to avoid changing with the death energy all of that hard work that you've put in down here. Because it could be, and I'm not saying it will be this way, this week, but it could be that at some point what we're seeing is this person coming back. Because I asked, well, what do you mean by change? What do you mean? It said Knight of Wands and the 5 of Swords. Or are you pursuing revenge? Because the Knight of Wands can be to pursue, and this could be revenge, 5 of Swords. So you need to, I think that you need to avoid changing all the hard work that you've been putting in here in order to let go of a situation here, because it could also be you guys kind of pursuing some form of revenge, or maybe this is something to do with this Knight of Wands, as he or she was before they became that page, you know, hurting you, you know, because maybe they'll come back in and do that, something like that. You need to embrace that, yeah, you are still going to have to kind of, you know, deal with the situation. I mean, you are dealing with it here anyway, but you still need to embrace that there are going to be times when you do have a cry about it and when you do get upset about it, Aquarius, with that 3 of Swords energy. So just know that you're not a wall, you're not a machine. And some of you guys were like, right, yes, I'm feeling fitter than ever, wonderful, yes, I'm over this bastard, yes, it's all good. But then when you're home, you're like, you know, sorry. And it's times like that, you're just going to have to embrace that you're only human with the 3 of Swords. So just embrace that you're only human, and that sometimes it's going to get you a little bit with that 3 of Swords energy. Also embrace that maybe they did this because there was a third party. And finally, if you need support, where can you go? The Wheel of Fortune. Go out clubbing, go out having a good time, go to the fair, do things with your friends, have some fun. Okay, just have some fun. The Wheel of Fortune is often the place that you can go out and have fun at. It's a nightclub, it's a restaurant, it's a place where you can just go and let down your head. So just go and have some fun with friends and things like that. What is the spiritual advice? Just take bite-sized steps. And I think that those bite-sized steps are all in that 3 of Swords there, where you know, you're going to have to just accept and embrace that there are going to be times when you're just having a bit of a breakdown because of what this person's done. All right? You know, because, and it's showing because some of you guys, the obstacle is that some of you do still think about this individual here, and you're still kind of imagining what it could have been like, and some of you guys are still kind of imagining this person coming back, you know. Even though your goal is to let go of all of that with the devil energy, and you can, because the cage door is open, nobody's holding you to it. And you do, for some of you guys, you know, you for a little bit of time, it's a pit card, so it's temporary. You are, for the time being, kind of just accepting a situation, but, you know, just embrace that you are going to have times where you do fall apart a little bit and get upset. And that's why the universe says the advice is just take things in bite-sized chunks, you know. Just take things one step at a time, basically. That's all you need to do. All right, we're going to have a quick look at your 15 card reading, and just bear with me while I shuffle those cards very quickly. Okay, Aquarius, let's have a look. So, are the general energies showing up here? We have a Queen of Wands. That's not you. That's a fire sign. So there's a woman around you guys. Could be an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, but also this could be a tarot reader or somebody who's got a lot of spiritual powers. Hopefully she's not. She's going to show with the Seven of Swords, because that can be quite dodgy. But no, there's a. But this, because usually she's quite an. She looks quite angry on there. Why do they make them look angry? These cards. She's really nice. This lady is. She's exuberant, and she's you know, enthusiastic, and she's always got a can-do attitude. This could be a boss or a work colleague with the Queen of Wands, but there's somebody around you who's quite energetic, I think, this week with the Queen of Wands energy showing here. And we've got the Hermit, so possibly this person could be leaving. I think with the Hermit energy, I think there's a woman here who could be leaving your life this week. Not in a bad way or anything. I get a person that could be leaving you this week with that Hermit energy. Ten of Swords, yeah, there's something that is at an end, a painful ending to a situation. So I get a woman that could be leaving you this week, Aquarius, and it's the ending to a painful situation. So you probably didn't get on with this individual showing up here. There's another person, though. This could be you, a Queen of Swords energy. Oh, Swords energy showing. Oh, what the fuck is this? Sorry. Eight of Swords. I like the Queen of Swords with the Eight of Swords. Sometimes the Eight of Swords is we can't speak. Our mouths have been closed, or, you know, we don't have the ability to express ourselves. But there's somebody here who is able to communicate effectively, Aquarius. And this is definitely, you've got 3 Swords cards here. The Queen of Swords is a very positive lady for me. She communicates honestly and openly, and she's able to communicate perhaps where you can't with the Eight of Swords energy, okay? So I think this is a very good combination, actually. I'm seeing somebody leaving your life here, and I feel that this is the ending of a painful situation, and I feel that with the communication, because this is the Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords communicates, but this card doesn't. So this card means that we have, you know, we're feeling powerless. And you can see that her mouth is not tight, but it's still closed. So this woman completely feels powerless. There's a powerlessness concerning other people's opinions, because those swords are words standing around her. So this woman feels powerless. This person here feels powerless to express what they truly feel amidst other people's opinions. And I feel that you have an ally maybe in the Queen of Swords, because she's got the sword up and she's going to cut you free. So I feel that you have a powerful ally in an individual here who's going to cut you free from people around you who have oppressed you or suppressed you for a long time. I'm getting the impression that that Queen of Swords isn't you, but it's a very powerful ally with that sword. Can you see how she brandishes the sword of truth? And she's going to use that sword to cut you free this week. So where you cannot speak, or where you are feeling that you have been silenced through other people's opinions, I feel that you're being cut free with the Queen of Swords. So somebody's cutting you free, but I do feel that a couple of things, I don't know where this is, it could be home, it could be work, it could be anywhere, but there's a woman here I feel is leaving your life, and I feel it's going to be the ending of a very painful situation. And then you've got another individual around you who is cutting you free, so you're going to be able to finally start speaking and opening up. There's somebody here who's going to encourage you, I think, because that sword can cut that rope, I think. And I think there's going to be somebody who will encourage you, therefore, to open up. As soon as whoever this is leaves, somebody's going to encourage some of you guys to start opening up on something. So maybe it's going to take somebody leaving your life that's going to encourage you to tell the truth about a situation that was happening here. In terms of love, let's have a look. So we do have the Hierophant. Hierophants are... can't get over that bloody Hierophant. So it's all good. I'm sorry, he looks way too scary to me. Look at that. Oh, God. I'm not keen on that Hierophant. It gives me the heebie-jeebies. But anyway, Hierophants in love, they often refer to marriage, a union, official relationships, commitment with the Hierophant energy showing up. No, Ten of Coins and the Hierophant. That's good. That's a marriage. That's a marriage combination here showing up here. I think there's something to do with a marriage or a relationship that you've been in for a very, very, very long time. This will be years and years and years for some of you guys with that Ten of Coins energy showing up here. Victory showing up here. So maybe somebody's asking you to marry them because you've got in a relationship here, Ten of Coins, a long-term relationship. We've got something about something becoming quite official with that Hierophant, and we've got the victory card here of the Six of Wands energy. So maybe somebody's proposing to one of you guys this week, or maybe you are making a relationship with someone more official in these energies here. We've got the Six of Pentacles as well. Receiving some form of an accolade. So it might be, especially if you're married, maybe you're receiving some form of an anniversary gift or something like that this week for love for some of you Aquarians showing up here. Oh, this is lovely. Good news. It's the Page of Wands energy. I get the impression in terms of love, there's some good news coming in here. It's to do with a relationship, a long-term relationship, possibly to do with a marriage with those cards there. There's the receiving with the Six of Coins, or an exchange happening here. Six of Wands is successful exchange. So I think there's a successful exchange happening here. There's some good news, or there's an announcement with the Page of Wands, because Page of Wands is an announcement. So love, there's good news that's being exchanged. Good news, Page of Wands energy, or there's some form of an exchange here, successful exchange. It's to do with marriage, or it's to do with making a relationship long-term and official, and there's an announcement being made here. Some good news in love. Marriage, making things more solid, making things more official, an exchange, something successful, exchange of good news, that type of thing. Everybody's supporting you, that type of thing. It's really good energy for love. Let's have a quick look at work and money. Eight of Pentacles shows up here. So Eight of Pentacles could be a new job, or maybe some of you guys are going to be studying for something here with the Eight of Coins energy showing up here. This is also about enhancing your skill set with the Eight of Coins energy, becoming a master with the Eight of Coins, learning. Oh, the Lovers in the reverse. So the Lovers in the reverse is all about a disharmonious, or a partnership that doesn't gel. With this is Lovers reverse, means to fall out. So you might be falling out with someone in the workplace, I think, or it might be with the Eight of Coins energy showing here that there's a falling out in terms of the processes that you take to do something with the Eight of Coins, or in terms of how you do something within the workplace. There's a lack of, oh, what's all this? Seven of Cups in the reverse. So Seven of Cups in the reverse is often either seeing things truly for what they are, or the Seven of Cups in the reverse means that your options are limited. The Empress. So I feel that your options are limited for expansion, because Empresses are expansion and their growth. So I think that you're in work, it looks to me like your options are reduced, or your options are limited in terms of how you're going to create or expand with the Empress energy. Three of Swords energy. So Three of Swords is hurt. Looks to me like you're falling out with someone. There's some form of discontentment or argument or problem going on with a woman here, a boss probably. So it could be in work, I'm sorry to say, for some of you Aquarians, you've got a problem, Three of Swords energy going on with an Empress. Looks to me like a boss here. It looks to me like you're falling out concerning how you've been doing some work here, or what processes you're using. And it looks to me like this person is reducing your options, or your options are limited concerning the work that you've been doing, or concerning how you do a particular type of work, because I get the impression you're falling out with a woman here because she disagrees with how you're going on, or how you're going about a certain method of in terms of how you do some work. Okay, let's have a quick look in terms of love then, what the advice is. This was really good in your love area. Commitment, union, marriage, those cards there, successful agreements happening here, successful transactions, successful interaction showing up here, an announcement being made here as well with this Page of Wands, or some good news coming in referring to a long-term relationship, marriage, that type of thing. Lots of followers, lots of people behind you. What is the advice that you have for love for Aquarius, please? That one wants to come out. What is this? Oh, there you go. Tried to come out twice. Wedding. The situation involves marriage. So there's definitely, I told you, didn't I? Something to do with a marriage here. The situation, it says, for the week, guys, the situation involves marriage. That came out of my thumb like this twice, and I knew that I had to take it. So it said the situation involves a marriage. We've got the Hierophant and the Ten of Coins. Those are classic marriage cards together. We've got some form of support, success, recognition, praise happening here. We've got an interaction or a transaction happening here, and good news, okay, and acceptance as well. So it might be some good news, or maybe you're announcing that you've accepted, you know, marriage or a proposal, something like that showing up here. Really good cards. Let's have a look at oh, very warm. Let's have a look at what the angels' advice is for you. Universe, Spirit, just generally on the reading, just give me a sentence, what you want to say to Aquarius, please. Just give me a sentence for what you want to say to Aquarius. It tells you to compromise. Okay. And yes, if you believe, there can be big happy changes. There you go. So it says compromise. Maybe this is in the work area where I'm seeing there's a falling out, Three of Swords energy with that Empress. This is a boss or something like that within the workplace, or it's just a woman who has a great amount of authority, I think. There's a falling out with a woman here. She disagrees with your working practices, and she's kind of limiting your options for expansion as well, and growth and creativity. Because this is limiting options, Seven of Cups in the reverse, for your creativity to flourish and grow. But I feel that this is saying compromise. Yes, if you believe, you can have big happy changes, okay? All right, that's your reading, my darlings. I'd like to say thanks ever so much for joining me on Carol's Universe. If you'd like a private reading, click on the comment section below. The website details are in there, the link to it, and also there is a link at the end of this video. All right, take care, guys. Bye-bye.